Good morning, Cancer. There was a little bit of a stillness there and I couldn't get to it. I was like, well, is my camera not working? Yes, I'm in my pajamas. It's Sunday morning. Sunday mornings are my days that I usually don't do anything, but I decided while I'm sitting around the house today, laying around the house, watching Netflix, eating popcorn. That's what I like to do on Sundays, eat good food. I would go ahead this morning and take care of these, two videos, and yours being one of them. So in my pajamas, I'm at home chilling. Don't judge me. So these are my notes from my runes. I'm going to be using my runes. I don't know them by heart, so I do have a cheat sheet, but in the videos that I've made so far, they gave really, really clear, really beautiful readings, so I'm real happy with them. And yes, I have a black eye. Yeah, I'm a mess. Why do you think I was waiting to come make these videos? Because it was real swollen, but nobody did anything to me. I had a couple skin tags removed from under my eye, and I had a lot of bruising and swelling, so bear with me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some runes for Cancer. And I just like to let a few fall out. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and reach in the bag and pull out a couple. And I need a couple more, so I'm going to let a couple more fall out. All right. I love these things. And I have some Gaelic roots on both sides of my family, actually, my mom's and my dad's. So I feel like I've already done these before. It felt very familiar on a soul level. Probably a past life. So the first one that I have is Piorth. And the keyword is dice. And I'm starting to learn these from making videos now. So this one has a lot to do with luck. It also says, divination, luck, primal law, destiny, mystery, secret, sexuality, and initiation. So this rune here has to do with feeling like you're making your own luck, and really that is what we do, because there are universal laws in place, that we attract what we are, wherever we're vibrating at right now is what we align to. So it's not luck. It's actually your belief system, believing that you are good enough for the things that you want, and getting out of your own way and letting the universe work its magic. And the way that we do that is you really have to work on clearing out those fears, because the only thing that stands between you and manifesting everything that you want in your life are fears. And these fears that we get them from our family. We get them from, like our teachers, our peers. A lot of these, we weren't born with fears. These are fears that we have learned. And oftentimes it can even be like fear of like another group of people, or, everyone has their own prejudices, everyone. No one is free from this. And so you really have to examine that, because these can really be blocks, not only blocks, but you can align to situations that actually even show you this. Maybe you've always kind of had a fear of a certain group of people, or like just seen them in a certain way. And maybe this is subconscious, because most of the time it is on a subconscious level. So then you go into a store and maybe your cashier belongs to this particular subgroup of humanity. And you have this belief system in place. And guess what happens? It plays out accordingly. Same thing with genders. You could have some kind of view about men or women that really has to play out. So you're really being asked to look at that, because those particular things, that's where you're, manifesting on a subconscious level instead of on a conscious level. So you want to bring those things into your consciousness and be aware of them so they stop showing up. All right, we have Hegel. Keyword is hail. Wrath of nature, destructive forces, change, and surrender. 2020 has been very has been, it can appear to have been very destructive, almost like this natural disaster. Here we have this, virus that's, been set loose, and people are scared to death, and most of us are facing a second shutdown. And so, and then, all the political upheaval we've had this year. We've had people like really speaking their truth like never before, really coming out and really showing themselves their true selves, which that's really not their true self. That's just what they've taken on as they have lived their lives. They have taken on these things that are not who they are. And so this year has really been, this year, and I've said this in all my videos so far, a year of reckoning, of really stepping into what do you really truly believe? And there's no judgment here. It's just a matter of looking at things from a higher standpoint. All right, so we have Tawaz. The key word here is arrow. Victory, masculine gods, sacrifice, courage, and justice. So basically, the term masculine really stood out for me. And the term masculine really stood out for me. And the reason why is because, we have masculine gods and we have courage. Well, men have traditionally been seen as, or the masculine energy, because there's women who are in their masculine energy. Being man or woman, in our physical form really has nothing to do with that. But courage is something that's associated with masculinity. Men are physically stronger. They were made to be physically stronger. Women were made to be emotionally stronger. So with that being said, where would courage actually come from? If you were emotionally strong, think about the woman the mother who her child is trapped in like a burning building, and her adrenaline, just takes over her, and she has this courage to run back in there and save her child out of maternal instinct. That is courage. And the way that we get courage is by facing any type of fears that we have. I'm not saying women are more courageous than men, but we do tend to be more emotionally balanced, and this is really where courage comes from. And so you become more courageous by facing these fears little by little, and really telling yourself they're not real. This is not even who I am. This is something that I took on. Because as long as you have fears, you're not going to manifest what you want. You're going to manifest what you need at the time, and that is to face these fears, and it's going to keep happening over and over again until you face them. All right, we have August. Keyword elk. Protection, sanctuary, friendship, optimism, aspiration, fortunate, and soul. So once again, we have this fortunate coming up. We have luck, fortune. And so I really feel like you have been kind of leaving whatever you're manifesting in your life up to luck. You want to learn how to consciously manifest. And the way that you do that is you have to really know what it is that you really truly want. Because oftentimes you will think you want something, even a person, you're like, man, I just want this person so much. And I feel like this has happened with you, Cancer, a lot. This is kind of your theme. You want somebody or you want something so badly. And so, you go after it. Or you just naturally kind of attract these things. And when you do, and that's the reason why you feel like it's up for luck, because you just do this naturally. And then once you get it, you're like, it isn't what I wanted. It just doesn't, no, I'm either bored with it or, it's just too much maintenance. I just don't want that. And so you've been doing this over and over again, and it's really kind of sucking you dry. So you're really being asked, and the reason why you do this this just came up, is because you're really too scared to manifest what you really want. And the reason why you're too scared to manifest what you really want is because, one, you're scared you can't have it. You're scared it just won't manifest. So, it's like you're kind of using your co-creative abilities to kind of attract things that are like, and just tossing them aside. And this is because you have been hurt so many times. And now, you're kind of scared to have something real and have something authentic in your life. So you have these barriers up. And these are really, truly blocking you from having something that's really, truly enriching in your life. And you really need to take a look at the times that you're doing this, because this is a cycle you've been stuck in, Cancer. All right, we have Sawulu. Keyword Sun. Thunderbolt, Wheel of Power, Victory, Clear Vision, Honor, and Rest. You have lots of admirers. You have people that really look up to you. And sometimes this actually keeps people away because you're really hard to approach. And the reason why you're hard to approach is because of this image that you put out there, this image that you are like, I'm getting these keywords of like perfect or saintly. This is how people see you. And I'm not saying this is how you see yourself, because if you saw yourself the way other people saw you, you would really step into the power of this rune right here, that thunderbolt, of really realizing how people see you. That's really how I built up my self-esteem. My self-esteem was real shitty for a long time. And I had to really look at myself I was shown, like my spirit guide showed me, how people view me. And that's pretty much what they're doing for you right now. People view you as this perfection, as this like saintly, this god, this goddess, and you're just being really unapproachable. And so you do attract a lot of people, but you haven't really attracted something that really feeds your soul, because you haven't really put yourself out there out of fear. And we have, this one's called Wind. Keyword Wind. Kinship, heritage, affection, desire, harmony, and blessings. And so you need to decide, because I have this energy coming from you right now where you just feel really comfortable being alone. Really comfortable. It's very satisfying to you. You are perfectly all right with being alone. You find plenty to do to keep yourself occupied. And you are very family oriented. Family means a lot to you. But when you have that me time, you really enjoy it. So you really need to decide if you want somebody in your physical world right now, or if you're just completely happy where you're at. And that's all right too. And this is going to really involve some soul searching. And really the message that's coming through right now is that with the right person, someone that you could feel comfortable at home with, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. I found that, and there's nothing like it. Someone you could feel really comfortable at home with, that just adds to what you have now instead of taking away from it. Once you find that, man, I'm talking about it's going to happen, and it's going to be amazing. And you're not going to have to decide between like your peace and having another person in your energetic mix, because the two are going to go together. And this is going to happen if it hasn't already. But you have to be open to it, and you have to clear those fears out. All right, we have Uranus. Keyword Power. Primal, creative force, gateway, strength, health, promotion, distant influences. So I'm getting for someone who's watching this, you're involved in a long distance relationship because it does say distant influences. This person may live someplace else and you may just be in electronic communication with them, or maybe this is a twin flame connection and you can communicate in ways other than just electronics. And those people who are on that journey understand what I'm talking about. Because there's definitely a gateway here. There's definitely been a catalyst for you. Sorry. There's definitely been a catalyst for you to really help you to start awakening to your powers, your co-creative powers. And there's been this shift over from this victim mode of feeling like everything's just up, for happenstance. Everything just happens just randomly. You're now seeing that you are the creative force behind it. And, if you could just make these few changes that I brought up as far as belief systems that you've had that no longer resonate, one. Two, being very present. Stop worrying about what happened yesterday. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just be very present in the moment. And also releasing these fears that you have of putting yourself out there, because if you could see the way other people view you, which is, amazing, then you would see yourself through those eyes. Now, once you do that, once you start seeing yourself the way other people see you, you don't even care how they see you or how they perceive you, because you're doing that for yourself. And that is the energy that you're going to be moving into, Cancer. So thank you very much for watching. I got through this video a lot quicker than I expected to, but the messages were just crystal clear. They were just right there. That's why I really, really like these rooms. If you would like to have a reading, please email me. They are $30 this month, and I can let you know what's blocking you or preventing you from manifesting your highest possible good. Thank you very much for watching.